Okay, so we are on Chazon Ovadia, volume 4, page 17. Question, we are reviewing quickly, question number 10. And we said that a person is allowed to, let's ask you a question. Is it permitted to water aromatic trees or flowers on Shabbat? Water. Aromatic. Aroma, אם יש להם ריח טוב. Are you allowed to spray on them whenever they're obviously detached? I just want to make Chiyat HaMetim to them. Revive their smell. Eliyahu, what do you say?
According to our Torah.
Make sure. Not the... So if you remember, we said anything that has a usage on Shabbat, it has no muktzah issue. If there's no muktzah issue, there is no watering issue. You're allowed to spray on it, water or water it.
Not only aromatic, even
Anything has a purpose, usage on Shabbat.
For beauty. Also.
Yeah, we said beauty, smell, or food. Those things that you need to revive it for. Food, you want to make it fresh. Beauty, you want to look fresh. Smell, you want to have to be strong and nice, fresh.
Of course, you're allowed.
So in all the situations, you're allowed to. Got it?
Yep.
This we did last time. Is it permitted to close a window before the death of a person to prevent impurity? Shalom Aleichem. Is it permitted to close the door? You're going to, person goes to Hayu, healthy, you go to visit somebody sick, make mitzvah. You cousin, Kohen. On Shabbat you want to go make mitzvah Bikur Cholim. Are you allowed to go visit over there or no?
Of course.
You can go. You Kohen?
No.
You can go. What about your cousin Kohen? Can you go over there when there is a dead person inside the hospital?
No.
Not allowed to. What if you say, listen, Kohen, stand outside?
Levi can go?
Levi, yeah. Kohen, stay outside. I close the door of the room,
Okay.
and then you walk. Can you do such a thing or no?
To pass it? To
А я
pass
тут
the
делаю.
corridor?
Это убери, а то каждый раз там кто-то ставит. Этот стол неудобный там.
Rabbi, to
No?
pass the corridor, he can pass the corridor. But
That's the
there is no-
category. If the door, you close the
Just
door.
close the door.
Good. Can you close the door on Shabbat?
Why not?
That area was not allowed for him to walk. And you
he-
right now
he
close
can't.
the door.
He can't himself.
You made the area kosher to walk. So you made something that was not kosher become
Israel can do it.
you Israel. Can you close the door or no?
Yes, yes.
Or what about fixing?
No.
John.
Fixing to close?
Is it you? Aren't you fixing that territory, that
It's
area?
not fixing. It's just closing the door.
You're preventing.
You're changing the.
So remember the rule. Fixing means, be careful. There is a laptop over here.
means to allow Cohen to go to work.
Fixing means something there is already a problem,
It's
and you
already
are fixing the problem. But if I am avoiding the problem, Ana Kohen Guftam Kohen Omar.
This is rule number 1, not patient.
No, he asked me.
I asked him the question. There is rule number 2. Kohenov sits next to me all the time. Rule number 3. Bechor sits over there. Okay?
Rule number
Ari,
4.
you're gonna be on records. The whole world is gonna watch you right now.
שהכל גבוה.
Очки снять?
ברשות מוריי ורבותיי.
שמיים.
שמיים בדס, גיר שמיים גופתי. אסדיס. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו.
אמן.
Very good. Okay. Same idea, says Rav Ovadia Yosef. We can take 2 kosher pasor dishes. You're going tonight to your babula. Tonight is Pesach. You know this year, Pesach falls Motzei Shabbat. This year.
Saturday night.
Shabbat Zakon Pesach Nashnutza.
Are you going to be 3 days Yom Tov?
I'm not sure if it's 3 days, maybe it's 2 days. I don't know. Maybe 3 days. You check? 3 days.
No, I mean Shabbat. Shabbat and 2 days.
I don't know if second night it's Motzei Shabbat.
Хамец уже с четверга сожгем.
Right. People ask me, Rabbi, what are you going to do with the matzot? It's the day before, you have to bake the matzot. The day before Shabbat, Buzi. I said, Khatam Sofer is written about him. Huh?
Very nice.
3 days in a row. Chatam Sofer, it says about him in this case that Motzei Shabbat is Pesach. He used to wait for Shabbat to finish, and then he used to make the dough, bake the matzot, and then start Leila Seder.
Wow.
Because that's the mitzvah, to have matzot that was baked that day.
Yeah, but it's Yom Tov will start.
נכון, יום טוב можно. מאש לאש, you turn on the gas, and you make it happen.
Ну и как это ж второй день уже?
No, he checked. First night is going to be. All right, we check.
А, вот слышь,
Motzei Shabbat, going to be Leila Seder, first night of Leila Seder. So that's the way to do it. Now, question to you, Koinov. Your babulia told you, listen, you make sure you bring the deg of that I like, you know, the deg from Samarkand. Hi, babulia, no problem. You told your wife, prepare that deg. My babulia will want to cook in this one palo for Pesach. Hi. Comes Leila Seder, your wife says, yo, Shabbat. She said, listen, before Shabbat, I was so rushing Pesach, cleaning this, that. I forgot to kosher the pot. Bijonan Bazan Bobo. What do you want? She says, we have boiling water over there. Can I dip right now? Shabbat, now Shabbat. On Shabbat, can you eat chametz?
Yeah, you can still
Yeah,
eat.
if-
Shabbat, you cannot eat chametz?
Oh, yeah.
You can still eat.
Until when can you eat chametz?
как мы в Пейсах попали.
10,000.
That's listen how. Huh?
No. During when
Shabbat, can you eat chametz?
No, you can eat.
If Pesach Motzei Shabbat, on Shabbat, can you eat chametz?
Yes.
Up to what time?
Until 10th hour.
About no, not 10th hour until
I mean,
4th hour, which usually falls around 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Right?
I meant for, yeah.
So let's say your wife asking you, Koinov, you woke up for Netz Minyan Shtoshu,
Saturday.
and she asked you, before you go, it's 6 a.m. She asked you, can I dip that on Shabbat right now on the hot water? Because at 10 a.m. in 4 hours is going to be forbidden, prohibited,
She cannot do it.
mumkines, asur, nilza. Can she do it at 6 a.m., put it in the boiling water or no? She's not boiling the water. The water is already boiled.
How it's boiled?
Let's say she has
What
boiled.
do you mean, Kvadarab? How it's boiled?
You have it earned, a big
Earned. She wants to put it inside there.
What's
Yes,
earned?
you could.
Вон там он стегал, чайку.
Samavar. Bajonam zanam bobo.
But this is not. It's not practical.
Not practical. Я самовар говорю, говорю не практику.
Наполнит воду.
Ну окей, если
самовар.
так можно так.
What about fixing? You're taking pot that is not kosher for Pesach. And you're going to make it on Shabbat kosher for Pesach. What about you fixing the problem? You're fixing the pot. Tishav Shabbat at Ezil, you're fixing that pot. Tonight, that pot will be forbidden.
Still alive.
In the morning, you're going ahead and you're making kasher on Shabbat.
Still alive.
Right now it's not fixing.
Oh.
Pesach is not here yet.
What Rabbi Yosef says, when the problem of fixing applies,
גם הוא בן המקדש.
whenever right now there is a problem. Koinov at 6 a.m. when you woke up for nets, is there any problem with the pot?
No.
No, now chametz is allowed to be eaten. When the problem will kick in?
After 10.
After 10.
That's
So anytime you're going to prevent the problem, I'm not fixing the problem, there is no problem. Fixing only will count whenever the problem exists. Here I am. Now you want to do different things to fix it. But if I am avoiding the problem from happening, that's not counted as fixing. Says Ovadia, take that information, concept, and plug it into our meat case. The meat is going to be restricted after 72 hours. If you make shchita, you have 72 hours deadline to make salting.
Or water.
If a person wants to pour water on it, Johnny Khalfish, in 1 hour it's going to be 72 hours. Why are you doing it now? Oh, Rabbi, I want to extend another 72 hours. From the time I'm going to water it, I'm going to get another easy pass for 72 hours.
You're not fixing it.
What about fixing, Johnny Khalfish?
Prolong it.
If you will not do that, it will be restricted for the pot to cook it. You will not be allowed to cook it. If you would wait that 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, Patom Chom Motzei Shabbat, you cannot cook it anymore. No palo, no bach, no manti, no goshgija, nothing. So by you pouring water on Shabbat, you are making it kosher to be salted after Shabbat. So you fixed it. Says Ovadia, no, Johnny Chalfesh. Not because the barbecue answer. It says even that cooking benefit that you gave, when is the fixing a problem? When the 72 hours already came. Now you're trying to come up with a solution. But before the problem came, I'm avoiding the problem. Avoiding the problem is not called fixing the problem. You understood? Arijon got, Koinov, you got it or no? Or you thinking about your babulya's pipe?
I remember we used to make
Your babulya.
Suzanne.
You see? I knew where his mind is. Тебе написано здесь. Мерседес внутри так мешало там. Ам томон. What, the boiling?
The goy.
So we said the best is to extend the time for the meat, for the salting, the best will be the goy. The best. But if you don't have a goy, so Rabbi right now is going to dig, trying to find your leniency.
You need to do it.
Not lechatchila, but it said it's kasher. If you don't have a goy, you could do it by yourself. Jewish person can pour water, say zo chalifati, temurati, kafarati, and that's it, and fix that issue, no problem. Got it? This number 5. Number 6. Oh, Jesse, if you remember, we spoke about the lineage of things, the time zone, time frame. How do you call this? Time breakdown. Mishnah, Gemara,
Chronology.
Geonim, Rishonim, Shulchan Aruch. Remember this? Spoke about this. Huh? Chronologia? Chronology. Mishnah was written by Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi 2,000 years ago. Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi.
Right.
He was not a president of the synagogue, yeah? He was a president of Am Yisrael. Rebbe. He wrote the Mishnayot. After that came Gemara, explanation of the Mishnayot. Gemara was written by Yerushalmi, right? Yerushalmi was written first, 50 years after destruction of the temple. Yerushalmi finished. Who wrote Yerushalmi? Rabbi Yohanan. Remember Rabbi Resh Lakish, Rabbi Yohanan? Ibn Zakkai. Rabbi Resh Lakish, Rabbi Yohanan. Remember the two Chachamim that argued all the time? So that Rabbi Yohanan wrote Talmud Yerushalmi, 50 years after destruction of the temple. Gemara.
Not the Mishnah.
No, Mishnah written by Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi. Write it down.
Even Yerushalmi.
This is the same Mishnayot. Mishnayot are all the same. Only the Talmud, which is the Gemara. Talmud means Gemara. Talmud Bavli, which is Gemara of Yerushalmi, was written by Rabbi Yohanan. 50 years after destruction of the temple. 300 years after that, in Bavel, was written Koinov, the Bavli. 300 years after that. Shmo gavo mifam ma mifam sodek yone. Ha? O bkhori gam zona. Badkash Joreton bamadod migo. Lav zimo gav zaned rabbi ma khestameru.
Кто это сказал?
Jori amo.
Точно.
Oh. Lav zimo bkhori aga gam zeni badkash chim beja.
Что за имя Джесси? Как его зовут?
אם הוא לא יוסף, יוסף ג'וסף, שודה ג'סי שודה. בדקש ג'זי מצ'ה.
Джесси.
אתה יודע מה זה ג'זי? נדוניה, כשהילדה מתחתנת, אתה מביא ג'זי, זה בבחרי.
רבי, ג'יזי הפתון ג'ייזי.
אני מכין אותך, שיכינו את הדברים. So now, Koinov, listen to this. Koinov, listen to this. In Talmud, when the Gemara told us, Bavli, person made shechita, how many days do you have to do salting?
72.
According to Talmud.
According to Talmud.
Talmud doesn't give a time frame.
No time frame at all?
You did shechita? Когда хочешь делать salting, no problem. Doesn't say. Yeah. Where did we get that concept of 72 hours? Where we got it from?
Rabbanan.
Not Rabbanan, Geonim.
Geonim.
Remember the term Rabbanan? Who is that term given to?
Geonim.
Amoraim of the Gemara. Ani называется Rabbanan.
Ну, Рабана.
Tanu Rabbanan. Or Tanaim.
Third generation.
But past Gemara, это идет или Geonim, или Rishonim, или Achronim.
Охрони.
Это позднее, да, уже? Попозже.
Боже, да. So far, so good? Good. Who said that you're not allowed to have salting meat after 72 hours? Geonim. According to Talmud, you're not making any problem by watering the meat on Shabbat. Why? Because there is no time frame. Even after 80 hours, you can go ahead and salt it. After 800 hours, also you can go ahead and salt it.
Right.
So by me pouring water on Shabbat on the meat, did I fix any problem? Let's say in 1 hour it's going to be 72 hours. Choyasdale, according to the Talmud. Nothing. So says Ovadia, that's another opinion to bring into the equation and allow the Yehudi to pour water over it.
Right. That's
Abatai, you have to remember every single opinion about every single thing. So whenever comes the question, you're going to have so many reasons to restrict or to allow.
Right.
Going to find me dead.
I see the equation. Yeah.
So technically, even nowadays, if someone doesn't,
That's the beauty of Rabbi Ovadia Yosef. Today was his yard side.
Yes, today is your time.
so if someone doesn't salt it, like nowadays, let's say,
Zecher tzedek.
and it's not on Shabbat, it's already 6-7 days.
No, what is-
According to the Talmud, he didn't make any avera.
So can we follow that, or is
No, because all Am Israel accepted the Talmud, the Geonim
Geonim.
stringency.
But Rabbeinu,
But that's a stringency.
Talmud
it's not halakha.
Exactly.
Talmud, Geonim is not halakha. And I explained to you last time, if you remember, also about the lady that gave birth. She has 80 days if she gave birth to a girl, or 40 days if she gave birth to a boy, which is really 33 days. 7 days are impure, and 33 days are pure. For a lady, it's
14.
2 weeks pure, 80 days, 66 days are pure. No. 2 weeks impure, 66 days pure, right? Now, according to Torah, and Rabbanan, it is pure. Lady gave birth to a girl. Afterwards, Kikiro, Tisnami, Linit, Elias Navami.
After
You have the lady gave birth, 2 weeks, Tameh. Nachon? Torah says, 2 weeks for a girl, Tameh.
girl.
Yeah. Then, she has 66 days, Tahor. Easy pass. Anakrabib, no problem.
Still can have a relationship.
No problem. Easy pass you can have.
According to Torah.
According to Torah and the Rabbanan.
And Rabbanan.
Right. Who said no?
Geonim.
Geonim.
Опять Геоnim, что такое?
Why it's important to know? Rabbi Ovadia Yosef says that it's the Geonim. It's not for people to say, Geonim, I don't have to listen. No, what do you mean? You have to listen. All Am Yisrael listen. But you cannot say bracha, asher tikdeshanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu ala tevilah. Because who tzivanu? Who commanded you to go to Tevilah? According to the Talmud, you already went to Tevilah first time. The second time you're going is not because of the Talmud. So how can you say bracha? It's important to let the ladies know after they give birth. They don't know. Mirjam.
But they don't go now. They don't go to Mikko. They don't go to Mikko now after 7 days.
After, no, right, after 7 days she not, but after, let's say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes 5 weeks, depends on the lady. Whenever she finishes, yeah. Come, you want to be famous? Come, sit next to me.
When she ready, then she go.
Bro, when you
She ready, все, она остановила кровь. Все. Then she's within the 80-day period still. Time frame.
Же девочку родила 60 дней, мальчика родила 30 дней.
No. That's according to maybe somebody else's Torah, not according to my Torah.
48.
40 and 80.
Что такое
Got it
чиле?
or no?
Rabbeinu, что такое чиле?
Made up number from the Muslims. If you tell me what is Allah Akbar, Bismillah, I'll tell you what Shila is.
Как тогда на 8-й день брит она такой?
According to Torah, she is tahor. According to Torah, yeah, 7 days tamet amom. So
The sister can have a relationship.
then Rabbanan Gemara days said no until she's not gonna finish bleeding because we don't know when she's bleeding during her zava days or during her nida days. If it's nida, 7 days. If it is zava, 7 clean days needed. Now, where is she right now bleeding? At her cycle of 7 days or cycle of 11 days? 7, 11, 7, 11, takijot.
7-11.
Today,
Oh, that's where it came 7-11.
Yeah, Charachshosh to 9/11 didn't come from here. So since you don't know, We keep everybody 7 clean days because of
So
Shabbat.
successful, huh?
Oh, so when you mean stringency, does that mean technically if someone eats that meat at 9 days, they have on whom to rely?
Now, whom to rely on? They didn't make Avera according to Talmud. They made Avera according to Geonim, and which is against the Minhag. Am Yisrael accepted this Minhag worldwide. Sfaradim, Ashkenazim, even the Kohanim. Kohanim. Бадьонам Зана Бобо.
קמח ישן уже.
Началось уже, конечно. Be careful, Rabotai. Kemach Yashan, be careful not to eat by anywhere you want. Tokivam dayud, no, это goshgija dayud, manti dayud, pasta dayud, pizza dayud. You gotta be careful with this. Torah, it's written in Torah, not in Quran. In our Torah, it's official. Huh?
Когда нельзя?
Сейчас.
Anytime you're eating any 5 grains products, need to have certification. Tam napisana Yashan.
А,
If it's not certified Yashan, it's not kosher.
Не Яша, а Яша.
Safek d'oraita.
С
What?
какого она...
Huh? If you can check, yeah. Psh, Mulakan do, bet.
Муло.
Он сладкий муло.
Это до начала умера или до конца?
The second night of Omer.
My ex.
בפרשה את אמור, כ"ג י"ד. ויקרא כ"ג י"ד. ויקרא, ויקרא את זה. כ"ג, I think, כ"ג י"ד. פרשת אמור. בלחם, בקלי, וכרמל, לא תאכלו. Wow, beautiful. Where should I put the tip? Eh? Bechor? What happened to that? Bechor, today you don't eat. Bechor, today you don't eat. It's Kippur for you today. No drinking, no eating.
Редкий белый палашек, который Божий подарил мне на день рождения.
Хайде, раджена гузашку.
15 тысяч.
Сила Талибан.
Bechor, on Shabbat you put it, was beautiful on Shabbat. With Shabbat suit.
Шаббат, да.
I'm gonna, thank
У
you.
меня белая машина, белый конь, белый самый подходит.
Okay, next.
Бухора вам это идет.
Does roasting the meat over fire help after salting was not done for 3 days to allow cooking the roasted afterwards?
2 зеленых чая, 1 леви, 1 бухор.
Bechor, listen to this. Bechor, listen to this. A person wants to eat right now meat. He goes to somebody, and by the way, this you should know. Sometimes you go to store, and they tell you, I sell you kosher meat. Kosher.
А это он глад кошер.
I want you to get it the kosher. Sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, the meat of kosher is be'emet glad kosher. Why he says kosher? Why he could sell for more money? Because he bought it from a store, at a warehouse, that the balabait over there has kashrut. The kashrut said this, you cannot sell anymore to our glad kosher stores. But Shemu, Tvay Rabotniki didn't have enough time to make it, already 3 days passed. Sometimes he makes shchita on Wednesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday they don't work. Shabbat passed, Sunday they come, it's already 3 days past. Even on Wednesday that they made shechita, they didn't have time to salt it. Sunday ani priduto, to уже до свидания. So they sell it to who? To the glad kosher place they're not gonna let, because the kashrut agencies regulating it. Nidayutim it. Kamu idut, there is no places there is no rules. Your cousin, your brother, your friend, your guy from the neighborhood, he takes it. It's kasher. Be'emet it's kasher. But the problem is you cannot make salting anymore. Cannot. Уже 72 hours past. За место арама продать за $1, ему продают за 4. Тебе за 5 он приходит, продают. $5 per pound, kasher, rabbi. Why over there you sell for 7, 8? Вот $5 binoi.
The blood doesn't come out after 72 hours?
So according to all Geonim, yeah, it doesn't come out. Hold on.
Запеклась уже там.
Now listen to this, Bechor. You take it, you say, you know what? Where'd you get this meat? Tell the truth. Bechoraka, you know, you're my brother, you grew up Samarkand, from Tashkent, we're all together. I'll tell the truth. This meat, 100% Bet Yosef, glad kashe как хочешь. Они мне просто дешевый продали, потому что they didn't make salting on time. You say, oh yeah? Give it to me. I make shashlik. I buy the meat for shashlik. I don't need for palo, for mante. I don't need to cook. I buy it for shashlik.
It's okay, but it's on fire.
Kasher or no?
Yes.
Good. Bechor take a shashlik, put his beautiful hat on, make shashlik, akol beseder. People eat leftover. Can you take that leftover and throw it in the osvo?
Yes, because
Why? All the blood came out. You made shashlik, it was kasher, no?
Not 72 hours.
Kavana was to kasher.
I made kasher.
okay.
You say
Hold on, I ate shashlik. It's a glad kasher?
Yes.
It's Bet Yosef?
Yes.
Good. It's on the fire?
Yes.
All the blood came out?
Yes.
Good. Can I put it on the osvo?
Yes.
Why not? There is no blood.
Yes.
72 hours.
Doesn't matter.
В чем тут 72
Уже more than 72 hours
Your
passed.
kavana was to do the barbecue, so you wanted to
But now listen to this. After you made the shashlik, even though the meat has no blood, because the fire took out all the blood, says halacha, you're not allowed to put it inside the osvo. Why? Once 72 hours passed on this, restricted for the pot ever.
Well, you already barbecue.
Even there is no more blood.
Doesn't make sense.
Oh,
You already removed
Yeah,
it.
it's exactly.
Penalty. Chachamim gave a penalty. Put the restrictions on it. Not Chachamim and Geonim.
I know why the reason. Then
the
people
pot,
gonna
you know.
use this law to barbecue and put it in the
Oh.
pot. Then it's gonna be loophole.
Exactly.
А потом будут смотреть, а кошер уже идет.
Very good.
Зачем мне глав кошер покупать? А потом уже не через барбекю пойдет, а стрейт будет идти.
Cohen, you see? Right away he understands how business goes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Very good. You took the space. So,
Молокоен, вам не надо.
that's what was Rabotai number 7. Okay. Now, Bechor, we have two options. We're continuing yesterday Masechet Sotah, as we started from the first page. Or we're continuing a few more minutes at Halacha, but we skip Shalom Bayit. What do you guys want? Sotah is Shalom Bayit? Or a little bit more, get Halacha, but Sotah and no Shalom Bayit.
We need Shalom Bayit, Rabbeinu.
Sotah and Shalom Bayit. Tov. Chavod.
Oh, what's on
Gabriel John Kahn. Sotah. No, Sotah.
That's good. Shalom
Reichel,
Bayit.
let's go. Give him the chair here. He needs the spot.
Everybody that has Shalom Bayit, it's okay.
Huh?
Everybody has Shalom Bayit that way.
So,
Learn something.
Baruch
Not
Hashem.
Shalom.
We want to maintain it, you know. Whenever you say Refaenu Adonai v'nirafeh, or Sheenu v'nivashah, you have refuah or no?
Yes.
So why you say Refaenu? You want to maintain the refuah.
For everybody, that's what I'm saying.
No, for you also. Or Sheenu v'nivashah.
Amen.